So I am here in
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock at the Village Inn with a guy that I haven't seen in over 40 years. So Steve Breedlove, formerly Tyler, and I went to Washington and Lee together, and he was sharing with us some of the story of our relationship way back when we were both in college, and he graciously consented to tell that again. So Steve, you are on.
Well, it is an amazing thing to think about the power that love and truth can have in a person's life. When I met John, I was a freshman in college, and I was the furthest thing from walking with the Lord. I had entered W&L claiming to be a Christian, but really have had a bad experience in my high school years. And so when I got to W&L, I was partying hard, doing all sorts of crazy things. But John had been praying for me, and persisted and persevered in praying and seeking out a relationship with me for the purpose, I think, really, I was his project, to see me won back to the Lord. So he and I got into a friendship together. He became my big brother in the fraternity, and that was a very just a God-blessed thing. And in the first few months of that year, three things happened that were life-changing for me. The first of them is about 2 or 3 months into school, claiming to be a Christian, but yet not living the life at all. John started a Bible study, and my roommate got invited to it, and I didn't. And I was competitive enough and jealous enough to go, wait a second, I'm a Christian, why didn't you invite me? And John had the chutzpah to say to me, well, you say you're a Christian, but you sure don't act like it. When you start acting like a Christian, you can come to this Bible study, because this Bible study is for disciples.
I can't believe I did that.
And that got my attention. I remember afterwards being shocked, and I remember the street I was walking down when I was wrestling with God, saying, okay, I'm going to have to make a decision here. And I made a decision to start walking with Jesus. And I'm not sure if I was converted then or reconverted, but it was life-changing. Secondly, I was dating a young woman, and the relationship was not exactly God-centered. And John was my big brother in the fraternity. We couldn't drive cars as freshmen. I had to borrow John's car. And he was pressing me on this relationship. And somewhere down the line, about a couple months, I remember coming January's time, I wanted to take this girl out for the weekend, and I asked John for his car, and John said, I will no longer lend you my car if you keep dating this girl. I'm not going to say her name. She got to hear this someday. Yeah. And you said, no more will I lend you my car. And I had, again, faced the issue. And then the third thing that was life-changing, I came back to Jesus. Number 2, I broke up with this girl, and my wife, Sally, is very glad for that. And
your 5 kids.
And my 5 kids and my 9 grandkids and all that kind of stuff. And then finally, John took me to his home to see his mom and dad and meet them. And after it was all said and done, about 2 weeks later, he came to me and he basically grabbed me by the collar and said, you visited my home and you did not write a thank you note.
I can't believe I did that.
And I had to sit down and write a thank you note and send it to Mrs. White, Mr. and Mrs. White. So now I never go any place without writing thank you notes. So John, God used you to change my life.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
And what are you doing these days?
I am a bishop in the Anglican Missionary District, which we currently call PAIR USA, which is an acronym from the Church of Rwanda. We are a church-planting, theologically orthodox Anglican movement, about 70 churches, but growing and having a great time. And so I'm the presiding bishop of PAIR USA.
You've come a long way, baby.
Come a long way, baby. All right.
That's great. Thank you, Steve.